And then we can go over to the statue that was on the other side and use hover. If I don't do stupid things and walk too far ahead and bump into the flame by accident. Greeting interwebs and grandchildren, this is Jackit and welcome to another edition of Let's Play Golden Sun and Lost Age. In the last episode, we brought life back to the Mars Lighthouse, however it still remains unlit. With the new life within the lighthouse though, we can now access these 4 trials, you could say, to reach the beacon. From the last episode, we managed to complete one of these trials, so we will be continuing to go through the trials in this episode. I believe we will start off the episode with the upper left corner. No, I'm not even going in a counterclockwise direction. I'm not quite sure what to make out of how each of these rooms have a similar opening. Like they have this little linear hallway, I guess, with ice still in it, and then they have this outset of the outside of the lighthouse with the wind and the northern lights attempt. A fair attempt with the graphical capabilities of the GBA. I'm not quite sure what to make of it though, because it's cool that they all have a similar opening, but it's kind of repetitive at the same time. And I go for the right one first, but nope, that's not the way we're supposed to go, so cut out. We're supposed to go left first. You'll see what the right path is for soon enough. If you look real fast, you'll see people on that wall in the previous room. Kinda look like people holding up an altar or something like that. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Anyways, I'm gonna go through here and we'll see what we have to do first. That statue is kind of blocking off the way. The flame one at least, so we need to push the other statue to block the way of the statue. Let's show that statue how it feels to be blocked by a statue. Yeah, this room has it too, like those people holding up like a block and an altar. I have no idea what it is, but I'm next to certain that those are people on the wall. There isn't too many other shapes that it could be representing. Now in a sec here, you're gonna see where that right side of the path goes. Yep, it's just a turnaround. If we were to go that way first, it would be completely pointless, which is why I cut it out. Yay. Now we just have to go back the way we came. But this time, make another detour. Like in this particular room, instead of going through the left whirlwind, we go for the right whirlwind. After casting a void, because random battles can be annoying. Casting whirlwind here, we can progress on with the puzzle. If I will admit, it's a pretty cool puzzle. First of all, as you can see, that flame statue would have burnt our butts if we came through here earlier. And there's this statue to burn our butts some more. I personally don't want my butt burnt today. I've already had a whole episode dedicated to my butt getting burnt. And there's so many more creative ways I can show my butt getting burnt. I do not want to show my butt getting burnt in that particular way anymore. Once again, whole episode already dedicated to that particular assortment of butt burning. Now that we're over on this side, we can actually push that block over here to revive the hover thing. And then we can go over to the statue that was on the other side and use hover. If I don't do stupid things and walk too far ahead and bump into the flame by accident. Yay! Resetting by going for the teleport tile again. I don't really think I need to show that. We already went through there once. If you already forgot how to get back here, I don't know what to tell you. Now, I almost went through there again when I didn't need to. We just needed to hover over this guy. I guess anything that involves hover in this game is pretty awesome. I'm surprised they didn't bring back hover for Dark Dawn. Though there are some pretty cool Psy puzzles in Dark Dawn if I recall. Okay, now here you can see. Yeah, that will get hurt if we take too long to get there. And yet the only way to go is down. Except for the fact that there's some treasure we can get along the side. At least at one side. Golden Sun does not take the full capability of making everything possible. Making every dead end full of goodies. which is a bit disappointing because we're already in the RPG mindset. Well, that's the end of that puzzle. We have this purple flame here with a bird, I believe. Cast blaze on that, and the purple fire puts that blaze and makes it glow. Now I just gotta retreat back to the center, or how I'm doing it. Retreat back to the beginning of the dungeon and walk my way back there. The only other option is to walk all the way back to the center from that room. And I think retreating out of the dungeon and walking back here is slightly quicker. And as you can see, we now have the blue and the purple flame. Now I'm going to go for this door next, I believe, because it's the closest that we haven't yet done. Guess you could say I'm going for and cover them all on the left, then take care of the ones on the right, in order of conveniency. After going through yet another hallway full of ice, and then another outside area of snow and northern lights, after casting a void, because remember folks, random battles can be annoying. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. In one sense it's thematical, but it does get repetitive after the third time you do it. Yeah, that was a pointless use of Psy energy, but then again, wouldn't most of you be inclined to at least try casting Reveal, considering that we've done Reveal for pretty much the same reasons in the past, and it's worked? Oh, don't worry, we'll need to go through there, and we will figure out how to. In the meantime, I'll just take care of this. Oh, I forgot to point out how awesome it is we're actually blowing up walls. We're not just blowing up ice anymore, we're freaking blowing up the entire wall. It's such a satisfying feeling if you think about it. Surprised it doesn't happen more often in the game. Yeah, for some reason I think I can get to that stairway. But little do I know that I have to do a whole puzzle to get there. Okay, I actually do know by this particular point. But you know what I mean, I just couldn't tell the first second I saw. Let's see if I get this on my first try. Come on, just go to your left. There we go. You're getting smarter! Yay! You know, they could have made like a timing puzzle or something with that. But they don't. It's not the end of the world, but I kind of like the timing puzzles that we did in the last episode. So I kind of wish they did that a little bit more. Yay, I took a dead end, hurrah, took another dead end, jump to your left, yay, there we go. And now we blow up the center wall. You gotta admit there's a satisfying feeling of blowing up a wall, when most of the entire game we never had this particular opportunity. Such freedom involved, Djinn. I guess another thing I like about this dungeon is that it has a bit of a nod to a dungeon we went to in the first game. This room in particular will give it away. Yeah, remember this puzzle from the Mercury Lighthouse? I certainly do. Where you have to put the pipes into where they belong, use the stairways to travel underneath the pipes to get to new areas. I'm sure it's not all intentional, but I would be very surprised if they weren't inspired by the Mercury Lighthouse for this. And I think I recall there being another part of the dungeon that was like that. I think in the last episode where we had to roll the pillars, it was a lot more simple, just like how the first puzzle in the Mercury Lighthouse that involved these pipes was a lot more simple. You know, this room kind of makes me think of something that I think is worth talking about. Random battles in a dungeon like this where there's a lot of puzzle solving. The game is usually generous and won't have random battles in rooms where you have to solve puzzles. I don't recall if this is one of those rooms though, because I cast avoid a lot just to be safe. So I never really find out if there's a random monster, and I really don't, because it would be annoying to have to come across one in this particular room. Usually the game's pretty generous with not bombarding you with monsters in rooms where you don't have to solve puzzles. Or pardon me, where you do have to solve puzzles. And usually saves the battles for rooms that don't ball puzzles and you just have to walk. Which I guess kind of justifies the random corridors, because if you never had them, you would never get the experience. Just pointing out that room had a dragon and a red flame. I wonder if these are connected at all. That's actually the last thing I want to do in the Mars Lighthouse for this episode. But you may ask, there's still way more to the video. What are we gonna do if we're not gonna be at the Mars Lighthouse? Or you could be saying, Jackit, you lying scum, I thought we were done with side things. Well, we kinda are. It's just one little thing. I promise we'll be right back in the lighthouse in the next episode. And since I have to retreat out of the lighthouse anyways, I figured now's a good time to show it off than ever. Just be thankful I waited until the end of the episode for it. If you recall, Anemos, there was... It seemed like there was something to this dungeon, but never actually did anything there. Still, I'm showing off what the NPCs are saying because I don't quite recall if we actually went here and talked to everyone and mind read everyone before. But since it's almost the end of the game, I think I should finally reveal what's so special about this place. That seems normally useless and just there for the heck of it. Like, it doesn't seem like there's even anything in the side rooms. However, I will be revealing what that all is as soon as we finish talking and mind reading people. Because they have amusing dialogue and I wouldn't want to miss out on it. It would be a shame if I never actually showed it off. So much of a shame that it's worth the risk of showing it off twice. These poor guys still can't get in. Well, they were obviously able to get into the left and right side, as I see when I try to go in, and there's absolutely nothing in there. Cutting out! Yay for cutting things out that are pointless. That's what the magic of editing is for. This center area, however, does have something we haven't gotten to before, which I should have gotten the last time we were checking out this Sanctum, because A, then I wouldn't have to come here at all. B, there's a forgeable item that I would have taken care of forging. I will be doing that off screen because I don't want to be showing off going to Yalm anymore, just as much as you guys probably don't want to see it. I'll probably just show you the equipment that I get out of it in the next episode. So, you might notice that room looked kinda interesting, but there was no way to get to it. Well, believe it or not, now that we have the ability to teleport, we can actually get to a new area in Kanago. Is it that particular area yet? We'll have to see. You must be mind-boggled as there's a teleport tile, and I don't get it to work. Yay, I fail at teleporting in a circle. But yeah, now we're actually inside the Anemos Sanctum, but the door is locked. You might notice there's a lot of interesting circles, and if you do your math and counting skills, you actually see there's one of these for each Djinn that we've collected between the first two games. That's right, this is where collecting the Djinns come in. This is the area that you actually need to 100% all the Djinns from the first game, transfer it over, and then get all the Djinns from the second game. If you do not have a transfer file, you cannot get into this area, well, beyond this point. It's pretty cool that they recycled the Soul Sanctum music for this. It's kind of fitting because it is a Sanctum, and I like to theorize that this is a place where the Djinns come to, though it's probably not. Like, if I were to make a fan stories or something, I'd like say that the Djinns were put to rest here after the end of the first game, but they were kind of reused in the third game, so that puts that theory out the window. By put to rest, I mean like return back to the elemental Sanctum that they came from or whatever. But now that door's open, let's check out what's inside, shall we? We inherit the power of the land to create a great darkness. If you crave this power, attack the slate! Okay, going right ahead and doing that, good sir, since you so gracefully invited me to. And here we are, the last summon of the game. Okay, it's technically not the last, There is one more that we can get, as you can see by that door. I'll just tell you now, there is a summon at the end of it, but you do not want to go into there unless you're fully prepared. As for me, I will be running away right about now, because I am too much of a wimp to actually take on that area until after I beat the game. Even though it's like the first Golden Sun, where once you save your data after beating the game, you cannot play the game ever again. Never fear though, it is something that will be covered eventually. I'll be scared when I do. But that's not to worry about. Next episode of Let's Play Golden Sun: The Lost Age, we'll be going back to the Mars Lighthouse and finishing it up. Until then, see y'all later.